224 of Game Speak Podcast. Let's go. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 224th episode of Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, but mainly on youtube.com/CreateForSanity and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, the show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF who's not here today, bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Boogaloo Bass. I don't know if that's a bad thing nowadays.
Boogaloo?
What is a boogaloo?
I don't know, man. Sounds pretty bad.
It sounds pretty
You
dangerous.
might get us canceled, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta watch what you're saying with these crazy terms.
I'm sorry,
you know?
I didn't mean to boogaloo it.
No, I don't think a boogaloo's bad, right?
I don't know.
That's what you do in sequels, right? It's like when something's number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, okay.
know?
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah. When something's number 2. See, that's what I don't know. There's a lot of words that I know are not.
It definitely
okay
sounds
anymore.
like a dangerous word, doesn't it? You know, like boogaloo. It sounds. If you say it like negatively, like
it
you
could
know,
get dangerous.
say it like
yeah.
aggressively, and then it's like, whoa, you know, calm down. You
Oh
know?
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, chill out, bro.
Hey, no need for that kind of language.
Yeah,
You know?
don't want to hear about the boogaloos. But yeah, so this week, man, I had
Probably something really offensive.
yeah, watch us be sitting here just talking. I just don't keep up with current events, and I know that word could or could not be something worth canceling.
Yeah,
But
we take the chances here at GameSpeak Podcast.
yeah,
you know?
we just
roll
throw the words
dice.
out, you know,
Yeah.
and then we shoot first, apologize later. Anyways, I had a birthday, dude, like 3 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday,
Appreciate it. Had the B-Day. Went to the beach. That's how I spelled it.
The beach. Which beach did you go to?
Galveston.
Oh, okay.
But went to go chill with fam because my girlfriend also had her birthday, so we were just like chilling. But
You guys have the same birthday?
no, hers is on the 7th, mine is on the 9th. And
What?
And then we fake made Farley's our dog's birthday July 8th. That way, like it just all falls in one little group, you know, and
That's
then we
fun.
all just hang out. But yeah, so the night of my birthday, we went to this place called the Improv in Houston. It's like in Katy, and we saw Andrew Santino, a stand-up comic.
I don't know who
live.
that is. Is he funny?
He's like this redhead dude who looks and sounds like Bill Burr, but
Okay.
like he writes for SNL, and he's like on that show Dave with Lil Dicky.
Oh
He's
yeah. I like Dave.
he's Dave's best friend. That's Andrew
I still
Santino.
can't put a face to it.
Yeah.
I've watched the whole first season and I can't think of who that is still.
I think he shows up in the second season.
Oh,
I could be
okay.
wrong,
I was
but
about to say I don't remember him. Like,
yeah, and he was also I don't know why they put this on his like little, you know, thing. He was also like in one episode of The Office.
hey, that's a cool thing to have on your resume.
It
guess,
is.
you know?
It is. But yeah, he's really funny. He's got his own podcast that he does with Bobby Lee, like the Asian guy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're on a podcast together. So I don't really know. I didn't know who he was until
how
I
was
went and
his
watched it.
stand-up?
It's amazing, dude. The guy
Really?
is like you know.
I love stand-up comedy. There's if for all of you out there that want to know something about me, I fucking love stand-up comedy and I love stage magic. Those are like my two favorite things.
if
like,
you could put them together,
oh, dude,
that
it's
yeah,
over.
might blow Brent's
A funny
mind, dude.
comedian, a funny magician is like my favorite. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I fucking love that shit.
Need
Anyways,
a funny
I'm
magician.
sorry.
Anyways, so like, okay, There's like one thing, like I've always thought like, oh man, I could probably do stand up. Like I could write something. I could go up there and do it, you know, like if I really put my mind to it. But after watching the guys that went up and did it, it kind of made me just like think, nah, I could never do that because
it's got to be hard.
No, they're just masters. Like it's like they go up there, you know, they never miss. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and
you don't get to be a master
by not doing
it. You know, you got to go up and try. You know, I watched somebody, like a real professional comedian, talk about this the other day. I think it was like Dave Chappelle or somebody, and he says he like goes to like little no-name clubs and like does like practice jokes to see which ones get reactions, and then he like uses the ones that like get good reactions in his like big sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what they all do. But all I'm saying is like you could tell that they had been doing this for like a decade. Like the way that it was like watching like a professional fighter just like drop people.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like there's just something to it. Like whenever people would like he did a little thing at the end where he allowed people to like ask him questions. And he could just it was like freestyling, like when you're rapping or whatever. But like he could just go, like people would say something to him, and he always had something that would come back and just like make you laugh so fucking hard. And it's like, how do you do that? How do you go in not knowing who's gonna ask you what and what it's gonna be about, and you always have something witty or something like to throw out, and everybody's like, damn, that's funny. But it was cool. It was really neat to see it, and like his openers were funny too. If I can recall like one of the funniest things like one of the openers said, he was like talking about the Planet Earth documentaries or whatever, and he's like you know, it got to this point where like he's like, you know, there's these sea lions and they're just, you know, all on this island, and like I'm sure you've seen this thing where they all like jump off the cliffs, like the sea lions, like there's like not enough space on the island, so they all climb up on this cliff, and then there's not enough space up there and they end up falling off and shit. And like they have it in like 4K as these like sea lions just fall and start splattering down the hill and like die or whatever, and they're like, every year, you know, he's like David Attenborough comes in and he's like he's like, every year the sea lions come to this mountain where they can all fall and die. He's like, it's like not and he's like, the only way we can stop this is if we stop climate change. He's like, we must stop or lower the global temperature by at least 3%. And then the guy was like, so that's what we come up with? He's like, why don't we just put a fucking fence there? I was like, it really funny. I was like, that. He's like, this dude's so, you know, like everybody is making these Planet Earth and like animal documentaries. He's like, they never want to intervene. He's like, but we want to intervene by stopping climate change. He's like, why don't we just go fucking put a fence up? He's like, we don't have to let these sea lions keep just fucking falling off the cliff. But it was so funny, dude.
That's
like,
really funny.
Yeah, definitely hit. But it was cool because like the improv place in Houston is nice. Like you go in and like you sit down and like you order food and shit while you're watching. Like,
oh, that's fun.
You get drinks and stuff. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but like you're not gonna do this like every weekend. This is like a big deal. And they had like Jay Farrow's gonna be there in like a couple weeks.
Oh, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to go see somebody you're like really into and like eat food and while you're watching it and stuff.
Oh yeah, and like if you look at the list of people coming to the improv, there's like always the like random people you see like their videos pop up on Facebook every now and then, like the guy with all the tattoos and shit, like on his neck and stuff. He always like makes a bunch of jokes about his tattoos and whatnot. There's just a bunch of them. Like you've never been scrolling through Facebook and like you just see a video of like a random stand-up comic like at the Laugh Factory or whatever.
I can't think of the tattoo guy specifically, but I've definitely seen lots of like stand-up comedy on my my timeline. You know what I mean?
It was cool though. Did that, and then. Gotta mention the gifts I got from the sisters. I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 for Switch.
For Switch?
Yeah,
oh, dude. Bro, on the go-go.
On the go-go, but I'm not gonna play it on the go-go because all of my Joy-Cons have drift, you know, so like I have to use the Pro controller. And then I got that little like 35th anniversary Mario Game & Watch thing. That it's like that gold Game & Watch that plays Super Mario Bros. And like is a clock.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty dope.
I want the Zelda one. They just put out a Zelda version of that.
It looks awesome. But anyways, yeah, so that was kind of my week. What'd you do?
Oh, that's dope. I've mostly been chilling and playing video games, which we'll talk about later. But like, I came back from Vegas last week, so I missed my Sunday. Sunday is my day of the week when I like work. I work like a 13-hour shift on Sunday usually, and that's where most of my money for my check comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like last Sunday, I didn't work because I was on vacation or whatever, and then this past Sunday, I worked like the most recent Sunday, but the Sunday before that, I didn't work because they were doing some kind of 4th of July thing at 1836. So I was like, I've missed my 2 money days and like my busy days, you know what I mean? So my check's going to be like shit. But I've had tons of free time to just chill and play games and stuff. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's like
up.
the trade-off is like,
I heard, oh, yeah, we should probably mention why Devin's not here. Devin was actually attacked by a mongoose.
Yeah. I thought it was a bear. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
They're like the same animal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's
pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, like just one's like a Chihuahua version.
Yeah.
It's like a small version.
Chihuahua bears.
Chihuahua.
That's what they should have called them.
But yeah, no, he's sick. He didn't tell us what he has. Could be COVID.
Could be COVID.
But
we're
don't
not
know.
ruling it out.
Yeah, I'm not ruling it out.
We don't know.
Until he lets me know. He better be getting tested. No,
should have got vaxxed. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways, but yeah, so I guess let's jump into the news. We kind of have like a short order today. It's not like a bunch of news. There is some big news, but not a bunch of news.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into our fun topics. So just so you guys know, before we get into the news, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. So Joe Screbbles at IGN says Nintendo has finally revealed its long-rumored new model of Nintendo Switch.
Uh-oh.
The Nintendo Switch OLED model. It will be released on October 8th and retail at $350 US dollars. The upgraded machine, which many had taken to calling the Switch Pro when it was being rumored ahead of its announcement, features a larger 7-inch OLED screen, but the size of the console is unchanged from the base Switch model. A wider adjustable base stand, enhanced audio in the handheld, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, and a wired LAN port in the dock. Contrary to previous reports, the new model doesn't appear to offer 4K TV output or improved performance. The new OLED screen, while providing an improved picture contrast, remains a 1280 by 720 resolution screen. Battery life remains the same as the improved base Switch model from 2019 at an estimated 4.5 to 9 hours. So yeah, there's no increase in anything. It's just a different. There's like little details. Like you get the OLED screen, you get like you get a 0.8 of an inch extra screen, and then you get the on the dock. Oh, and you get a little flip thing like on the back. Like there's already one on the normal Switch, but it sucks.
It doesn't work at all.
No, not that this is much better. I mean, it is what it is, but it's like, I mean, I'm never using it like that. I never just have my fucking Switch propped up and we're just playing on that tiny ass screen.
I'm the opposite. That's all I use my Switch. I only play my Switch in handheld mode.
Really?
Only. And, like, I only take it on trips with me and shit. And 90% of the time I'm on a plane or something and I, like, have it kickstanded up like that. You know what I mean? And so, like, I use the kickstand a lot. You know what I mean? So I actually think the kickstand is a cool
Do you
addition.
and Audra not play together? Ever?
Sometimes, but very rarely. Like, usually
Gotcha.
when we do play together, we play, like, a racing game or something. So
Yeah.
it's like, I do bring the dock with me, but, like, most of the time I'm playing solo, you know what
I feel
mean?
that. But also there's the added thing to the dock where it has the Ethernet port. But you could always just buy USB to Ethernet like everybody else does with their Switch. So
yeah, and you can also, I read online, you can buy the dock by itself.
Separate, yeah.
So if you just want a dock with an Ethernet port for your existing Switch, you can get that. You know what I mean?
But don't do that. It's such a waste of money. That's so expensive. First off, it's like, or you could just go on Amazon and buy a $10 USB to Ethernet. Like, it's that simple. Like, don't buy a whole dock for that. But
yeah, you know, I actually like the new Switch. I think it's pretty cool. I like the black and white color scheme. I like the OLED. You know, the PS Vita with OLED was so much better than the PS Vita LCD that they ended up switching to eventually. So it's like, I think that's going to make a nice difference with the colors and stuff on games.
It should, yeah.
I think the one thing that you're going to probably see is, like, with the bigger screen, I think we're going to see, like, kind of when they did the 2DS XL or the 3DS XL, how, like, it was a bigger screen, but the pixels were more, like, stretched out kind of.
Yeah, that's
going
to suck.
Like, you're going to see it more, like, the blurriness from it being 720p or whatever, but it's still not going to be bad. I think I needed a bigger screen, honestly, because, like, a lot of times I can't read subtitles in games. I like to play, like, you know, games like BioShock and stuff, and, like, I have to hold it right up to my face to, like, you know, read the text and stuff. You know what I mean?
For
so
sure.
It's like, and I don't know. I think a lot of people are upset, but they're upset because they got their hopes up over something that wasn't real. I
said this before. I was like, whatever you expect Nintendo to do, expect the opposite.
Yeah.
It's not, you're never going to get your big dream. Like, you're never going to get that thing. Even with that new Pokemon Arceus or whatever coming out, everyone's like, oh, it's the big open world Pokemon we've always wanted. No, it's not. There's going to be something about it that is not right.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be that way. If you just take Nintendo for what they give you and you just take it for what it is, you're going to enjoy it a lot more. That's just how it is. And, you know, like, Nintendo's not Xbox or Sony. You know, they're not going to give you the best, you know, 4K. Like, we'll get a 4K Switch whenever there's a 12K Xbox. You know, like, that's when we'll get our 4K Switch.
You know, frankly, I'm kind of glad that this isn't a new model, because, you know, I was one of the people that was still playing with my old DS when the new 3DS came out, and basically created this barrier of entry where you can't play any of the new games anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to play my shit still. You know, I want to be able to play the new shit still. You know what I mean? I don't want, like, there to be a new console and suddenly I can't play games anymore on my Switch. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's a Switch 2. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, who knows? We might. I mean, it's been out for 5 years now, so I think we're a lot closer to a Switch 2 than we are to a mid-tier like Switch.
Yeah, I think this is all we're getting as far as a mid-tier. I don't think we're gonna have a new Switch or a, you know, like Switch Pro like everybody thinks. I think this is it.
Maybe.
And I think eventually we will get a Switch 2 in the next 5 years or so.
Next,
you know?
5 years.
It sounds like a long time, but think about 5 years ago. It doesn't feel that long ago. You know what I mean?
Imagine playing your PS5 and Series X, and then you just hop on over to your 720 Switch. Like, it's going to be so bad, dude.
Well, yeah, but also no at the same time. Like, I feel like, you know, the resolution is vastly affected by, like, the pixel density on, like, the amount of screen you have. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're in handheld mode, it's not that big of a deal. I noticed the problem with the Switch a lot more when it's
frame
docked,
rate,
you know what I mean? Yeah, the frame rate's an issue. Speaking of frame rate, I read an article saying that the Skyward Sword, they got a new trailer and it's running at like 60 frames per second now. So it's like,
wow, dude, I can't wait to run that game in 60 frames. I mean, it's better than
I really
than
can't
anything.
wait to do that. I'm excited about that.
It is HD, dude. It's pretty exciting, I guess. But I want more. I want something different. You know, like I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2. I'm also excited to see this new Metroid Dread game with the OLED screen.
Yeah.
That's the one
Launches
that there's
same day as the OLED Switch.
And if you noticed, Metroid Dread is literally just black and white. Like, all the characters and all the stuff in the game is black and white, and that's really all the OLED screen is about. Is like getting those deeper blacks and the. You know what
I'll tell you right now. If it was $50 more, I would go out right now and buy an Oculus Quest 2 OLED version. Like, real talk. If they would release an OLED model of Oculus Quest 2 for $100, that would really make a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
It would make the Quest 2 like the optimal headset. Like, it would go from being like a pretty good headset to like the best headset. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't see, like, with the Switch, though, I just don't see it being worth $350.
Nah, this is for people who don't already have a Switch.
Correct.
You know, you're not going to go out and get a new one unless you're just balling, you know what I mean? But if you don't have a Switch and you're looking at all the Switches to buy and you're thinking, okay, 50 more bucks, I could have, like, 30 extra gigabytes of internal memory and, like, you know, fucking an OLED screen. like maybe you'd do it, you know?
Even you saying that right now, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'll just buy the
A
normal
bigger
Switch.
screen too, you know?
You could just buy the normal Switch and then spend that money that you would have spent on the extra internal storage on a fucking SD card.
You could also buy the fucking $200 Switch and fucking spend the money
on a game,
on games
an
and shit,
SD
you know?
card.
I mean,
like you could buy the
there's
USB to Ethernet port. You could literally make your own Switch. Besides the OLED screen, that's the only thing you're missing. And like honestly, the OLED screen is not that important for a Switch.
It's not just the OLED screen though; it's the extra inch of space.
It's not
on
an
the
inch.
Screen. It's at 0.8 of an
0.8,
inch, which is a big difference. I mean, it really doesn't
I
sound
wanna
like
see,
a lot,
though,
but I think it's gonna be noticeably bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see it in person before I make any, assumptions. But to me, it just doesn't sound that much more like real estate. It just sounds like a tiny little bit. But it could be a lot more. I just I can't until I visually see it. I won't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'd love to get my hands on one just
to play it.
Just for kicksies, you know?
Yeah, I want to see what the OLED screen actually looks like. I want to see what the blacks
if it makes a
and the
difference.
whites look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, what you got, bring it.
All right, let's see. Today, a highly rated and completely sealed copy of the Nintendo 64 classic Super Mario 64 sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. This beats the previous record for a single video game auction, which was held by an ultra-rare copy of The Legend of Zelda and was set just a few days ago. That rare game sold for an impressive $870,000 on July 9th. Auctioned off through popular auction house Heritage Auctions, this copy of Super Mario 64 was given a 9.8 rating on the Wata scale.
It better be made of fucking gold.
Right?
What is happening?
Right. As a result of this high rating, Heritage Auctions says it just one of fewer than they left the is out. It is just one of fewer than 5 known sealed copies in such incredible condition. The auction started on July 9th and ended today on July 11th. Before the auction had started, this copy of Super Mario 64 was making headlines with its $100K starting price.
That's interesting. I want to know why. I don't think a sealed copy of Super Mario 64 has ever sold for more than like $300 or $400. So I want to know what the fuck is going on here.
I think just because it's in such pristine condition, I guess.
I don't give a fuck. Like, what? Like, I mean, I get it. I get collectors want, like, really pristine things, but why now? Why is that such a big deal right now? How long do you think this Super Mario 64 has been out there? This pristine quality one? And I'm sure there's a bunch of them. You know, like, I'm sure there's a lot that...
Yeah, I'm in a group, in a different gaming group, and one of the guys posted a picture the other day of a sealed Mario 64, and he's like, should I fucking sell this? And everybody was like, yeah, but get it, like, rated first, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to know, like, what made it so wanted now? Like, who is this person paying $1 million for?
Yeah, that's what I really want to know.
I mean...
And what are you going to do with it? Put it on a shelf?
Yeah,
you know?
and, like, look at it.
Fucking...
And be like, huh. That's mine.
That's fuck you money right there.
It really is. It really is. No utility whatsoever unless he's going to open it, and then that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, you better make a YouTube video or something.
Unboxing. But see, that's the thing is like...
Wear it on his neck in a fight.
How does he know it's pristine? How does he know?
The Wata scale, dog.
No, but what is the... no, my question is, how do they know it's pristine? Did they open it? Because once they open it, that shit ain't pristine.
What if it's a scam? What if there's just a rock in the box?
Feels exactly like Super Mario 64.
We should just start manufacturing, like, perfect fucking, like, sealed boxes of, like, Mario 64.
I want to be the guy that rates, like, the games in the boxes and stuff. And be like, man.
What if you bought that shit for $1.5 million and you got home and you opened it up and it was like the wrong game?
It was like that wrestling game on the N64. I'd be so pissed, dude. But Adam Makehurst at IGN says Double Fine has revealed that Psychonauts 2 will feature an invincibility toggle, as it believes that, quote, all people should be able to enjoy games, end quote. Double Fine shared this bit of news on Twitter in response to Xbox's Twitter saying that beating the game on the lowest difficulty is still beating the game. end quote. If you beat Psychonauts 2 with the invincibility toggle on, you still beat Psychonauts 2, Double Fine wrote. All people should be able to enjoy games, all ages, all possible needs. It's an ongoing and important process for our industry and a challenge we need to meet. End of the day, we want you to have fun, to laugh, to experience a story that affects you on whatever terms you want, end quote. The studio also shared a satirical quote that pokes fun at those online who try to gatekeep games and say not everyone should play a game. Quote, excuse me, I beat Sword Guy Serious Time on a no-hit hard mode, and if you didn't do that, I don't respect you. And, like, can you even comment on things if you're not a Diamond 6 rank and Shooty McBlam? I don't think so. The quote reads. In response to the fake quote and to emphasize the point, Double Fine added, cool, bud. You're so cool. So I understand. I get it. There's people that their entire lives are staked on their ability to play a video game on hard mode. But sometimes you just got to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
I like how Xbox is like, everyone should be able to play every game, but also Xbox is like, Elden Ring coming soon.
That's not Xbox. Is it? I thought
it was an Xbox thing.
No, that's a Elden. I thought Elden. That's my fault because I thought it was a timed exclusive. It has nothing. It was just shown off at an Xbox thing. So
well, they're still fucking pushing that shit pretty hard, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm actually pretty excited for that game though.
Yeah, me too. I feel like their games get better and better. I feel like From Software is really hitting their stride recently. You know what I mean? Like, anyways.
Welcome to the Get Good crowd.
Okay, a lot of my news is about just injustices from other countries. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why there's so many news articles about just people getting fucked over because they don't live in a free country. No, I'm just kidding.
I wonder which country we're talking about.
No, you'd be surprised today, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we talking about?
Well, first of all, a 27-year-old man in Japan was arrested after he was caught attempting to sell modified Breath of the Wild save files. As reported by the broadcasting system of Niigata, Ichimo Sho was arrested on July 8th after he posted about modified save files for the Nintendo Switch version of Breath of the Wild. He posted his services to an unspecified auction site, describing it as the strongest software. He would provide modded save files that would give player improved in-game abilities, and also items that were difficult to obtain were made available as requested by the customer. In his original listing, he reportedly was charging folks 3,500 yen, around $31 for his service. Niigata Prefecture Police spotted the listing and arrested Shu on July 8th for possibly violating the unfair competition prevention law. After being arrested, the man admitted he had sold modded saves and software before, telling police he had sold about 10 million yen, around $90,000 in the past year and a half. While this might seem wild for being arrested for selling save files, it's not a new situation in Japan. Police in Japan have previously arrested folks for modifying video game software, which violates under unfair competition prevention law in Japan.
Unfair competition prevention. What does that mean?
I don't know. The same law was also used by Nintendo to sue a go-kart company in 2017. In 2015, another man in Japan was arrested after selling cheats to the popular online shooter Alliance of Valiant Arms. So, you know, they're cracking down there, you know. Don't be modding your shit if you're living in Japan.
Unfair Competition Prevention Act in Japan is
2018 edition.
Yeah. I want to know, it says infringement of trade secrets, unfair usage of a well-known sign. Okay, so basically it's because he was selling somebody else's product, but with like modifications to it.
How does the go-kart thing factor into this?
I think because they were dressing up like Mario and stuff like that, they were using licensed characters and whatnot, which I still don't think like selling modified games is illegal. I think it would be illegal if you just stole the games and then sold them. Like if you were doing online ROMs and shit.
This guy's just like getting beat up by Yakuza every day because fucking he's in Japanese prison, you know. Fucking
Because he's out here slanging games,
yeah,
dude. But,
rough life, yeah.
So Kat Bailey at IGN says Dice LA is changing its name to Ripple Effect Studios. EA announced today, completing a rebranding that has been in the making for more than a year. It will be a new start for the former support studio as it sets out to develop a, quote, yet-to-be-announced project, end quote, that will follow Battlefield 2042. It will remain under the oversight of Respawn Entertainment founder and Group GM Vince Zampella, with Christian Grass continuing in his role as studio general manager. Ripple Effect's new name, which was chosen following a team vote, is the latest in a long legacy of rebrands dating back to the late 90s when EA first acquired DreamWorks Interactive. What? So Dice LA was, well, it doesn't really matter. The point is they changed their name. They're working on a game that we don't know about. But, yeah, all this stuff. So apparently there's a lot of stuff going around online that there's already hacks ready for Battlefield 2042. Because if you remember, DICE back right, I forget when it was, but they got hacked. Like the entire company got, like, they had a data breach, and the source code to Battlefield 2042 was stolen. So with that stolen source code, there's now, like, you can pay for hacks, and the game hasn't even come out yet.
Wow.
So it's gonna be bad. Like, there's like hacks for like basically like everything, like aimbots, seeing through walls, all that stuff. You can already purchase these things online.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so the game's definitely gonna be going through some trouble right when it comes out. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that sucks because everybody was looking to jump to Battlefield to get away from all the hacking on Warzone. It's like,
nope.
Here it comes. But anyways, yeah, interesting. What you got, Brent?
All right, let's see. PlayStation has announced the top downloaded games for June 2021 on the PlayStation Network, and the PS5 exclusive Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart took top honors on the PlayStation 5 list. Cyberpunk 2077 made its return to PSN in June, placing it at the top spot for the PlayStation 4 titles.
Nice.
I thought this was kind of interesting because Cyberpunk managed to, like, take the
Get
top
on there.
spot. Yeah. You know, I mean, I know that's, like, it just came back out and stuff, and people are probably, like, you know.
Interested.
But it's just, like, you know, Final Fantasy Remake Integrate or whatever was, like, 16 or some shit, you know? And that just, you know.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about that? That's
well,
like some weird, like.
I wouldn't think people would really give that much of a fuck about Cyberpunk at this point, you know? But I guess there's a bunch of people who have PlayStation just didn't get to play it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's really the case, is that, like, a lot of people never got to play it in the first place. You know,
Yeah.
like, they just got to hear from everybody else about the glitches and all that stuff, and then they were just like, well, I'll just wait. And then PlayStation was like, nah, we'll make you wait. And then they're like, well, damn. You know, so I don't know. Sounds interesting that they're in the top spot, though. Let's see how people start reacting now. Let's see if we have some people being like, actually, it wasn't that bad. But
I'm telling you, dude,
I
like
doubt
a
that.
year from now, we're going to start getting that. It won't be right away. Like a year from now, I saw an article like 2 days ago that was like Mass Effect, Andromeda, in hindsight, was it really that bad? And it's like everybody in the comments is like, yeah, that game was awesome, blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck you guys, man. Fuck all of you guys. When Mass Effect Andromeda came out, everybody was dragging that shit. And I've seen at least 3 articles like, oh, you know, it's actually kind of a good game. It's like, well, maybe you guys shouldn't have fucking dicked it to fucking death when it fucking came out. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
that's the same thing that happened with Majora's Mask when it came out. Apparently, I was too young
Really?
to know this, but yeah,
Holy
apparently
shit.
when Majora's Mask came out, people were like, "This sucks." Like,
that's ridiculous
Yeah.
to me. Like, it's
They were
just as
older
good or
people,
better
though.
than Ocarina of Time. Like, I don't
no.
like. How could you play that when it came out and not dig it? You know what I mean? Like,
I think because you have to think in the context of people were expecting more Ocarina of Time, like a bigger, better Ocarina of Time, and what they got was the same world but with more limitations on like exploration.
it's not the same world. It's a totally different world. You're not even in Hyrule anymore.
No. I mean, same world as in like it feels the same. Like it feels like you're basically just like in the same graphics, the same like characters.
Yeah, but
and
look
all
at
that.
it compared to every other Nintendo 64 game.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't do much better graphically than what you're already doing. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
Especially without the expansion pack, you know what I mean?
Well, I think people were just like expecting something different. Like that's what I'm saying. Think in that context is like that's why people were upset about it when it came out. And when I say people, I mean people who were old enough to be upset about a video game. We were so young that we would just play whatever came out. We're like, this is fucking amazing. Like there were people our age then that were playing games that were just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. This is bad. This is not what I wanted. You know, it's like it's so weird to think about, you know. And now it's like one of the, you know, the greatest of all time, you know. We'll see though. I doubt that's the case with Cyberpunk 2077. I don't think it'll be the greatest of all time.
No, but
I
a year
think
from
people will
now,
be like,
people
"Eh, it
will
was
be
alright."
like fondly remembering it. Like you'll see an article, I guarantee you, some kind of news article a year from now, and it'll be just like the Mass Effect Andromeda thing. People will be like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. Watch.
Those
Just
people.
wait. Yeah, it'll be the same fucking people who wrote that article, I'm sure.
It's literally the same guy. He just comes back every like 5 years to write an article. He's like, was it that bad? No, but anyways, so Joe Screbbles at IGN says Ubisoft is working on a new project codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity, which will reportedly be an online platform that would include multiple historical settings and evolve over time, not unlike the approaches taken by Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto Online. Ubisoft has formally announced that Assassin's Creed Infinity is in development, providing some extra details about the teams working on the project. Although not confirming its structure or any gameplay details, in a joint statement from the managing directors of Ubisoft Quebec and Montreal, Natalie Bouchard and Christophe Durin, the new development is introduced as, quote, an important upcoming early in development project codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity. End quote. No further details were revealed about what form Infinity will take. As reported by Bloomberg, the project will be worked on by a, quote, New Cross Studio collaborative structure made up of the Montreal and Quebec teams. The creative leads at each studio will be Quebec's Jonathan Dumont, who worked on Syndicate and Odyssey, and Montreal's Clint Hawking, who worked on Far Cry 2, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and Watch Dogs Legion. Quote, rather than continuing to pass the baton from game to game, reads the statement, we profoundly believe this is an opportunity for one of Ubisoft's most beloved franchises to evolve in a more integrated and collaborative manner that's less centered on studios and more focused on talent and leadership, no matter where they are within Ubisoft. So, and they promise there will be more info later this year, I think. But
it's such a vague concept, you know? Like, the idea of an ever-changing Assassin's Creed game, like, I can't even imagine what they would do, you know? Like, will it start in the past and move forward through time? Will it, like, what are you doing here, you know? Like, are you going to change the map every year? Are you going to, like, the point of Assassin's Creed is to have fucking different time periods, different...
That's like, they're just like, we don't give up
Like, bro, like, the fact that every game is its own, like, time period and like
makes it awesome.
Location is what makes Assassin's Creed great, you know? Like, no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, no. Like, I don't agree with this. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this game is even gonna come out. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna realize about a year into development that this is a big waste of time, and they'll go back to making the normal Assassin's Creed games. You know?
The problem though is that they're halting making any further Assassin's Creed games to make this game, and they said they're like saying
yeah,
that
but they were already gonna take a break because
the year after year thing.
Valhalla was supposed to be the end of the trilogy or whatever. That they did 1 through 3, right, and then they did Black Flag through Syndicate or whatever, and those were like every 3 games is like a trilogy kinda,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So this was the end of the most recent trilogy, and I think they were going to take a little break.
Well,
anyways,
they also said they wanted to get away from the annual release. They want to do like every 2 years or 3 years, but now they just want to do one forever.
Forever. No other Assassin's Creed for all time.
They're like, hey, what's a good name? Isn't Halo doing Infinite? Oh, yeah, we could do that. Let's do that one. Yeah, it's like, we could do it forever. But, like, I just think this is a bad idea as well because it's going to become Grand Theft Auto Online or like Fortnite
or worse, Destiny. Like, I really think what we're looking at here is like you got to pay $60 every year to fucking buy the new pack kind of Destiny situation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Also, it's like, how do you visit different areas? Like, I get they want to change the map, and stuff like that, but like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Another thing that's interesting is this is exactly what Rockstar claims that they're going to do with the next Grand Theft Auto game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I don't like the future of AAA gaming right now.
Yeah, or at least I don't like it because I can't see the vision, Maybe when it comes out, it'll be dope and shit, but like, as it stands right now, everything that's like what they're describing kind of sucks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like, maybe if you do it right and like get me into it, I'll be on board. But right now, it's like I have a hard time like just picturing that being cool. You know what I mean? Like,
we need more AA studios, man. I'm tired of all the AAA and the indie. Like, we need something in the middle. That like
we need more studios like fucking the people who made like Hellblade and stuff, like we need some games that are like AAA quality.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
AA studio, I'm tired of AA studios making like fucking like Hollow Knight and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want any more side scrollers.
Those are indie. Those are indie. That's what I meant. So like those are indie games.
Okay.
So we got indie, which is like all the Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight and all that.
Fucking sick of all that, dude. Fucking sick of all of it.
Then you got I am too. Then you got your AA.
Okay.
AA is
we're
like,
skipping single. There's no single A.
I don't even know what would be single A would be like if
the
you
indies?
took no, it would be like if you took like a Ubisoft a team and made them make an indie game. So that would be like single A. That'd be like whenever they made Unraveled and all that shit,
Okay, yeah.
So that would be single A. Double A is like Psychonauts or like, well, now it's supposed to be triple A, but it was at one point. It was.
I feel you.
They were an indie studio, but they were making double A games like
Double Fine,
like Remedy.
Yeah.
Remedy does double A. It like what was the most recent game?
Control. I feel like you'd have to call Control a triple A title.
I think it depends on how many people are working on the game that determines whether it's double A or triple A. Like so, like I think they were when they first made Control and the game before it. What's the dude's name?
The one before that was Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. Yeah, they. Maybe they were AAA at that point.
I don't know.
But they used to be AA when they made like
Max Payne
and stuff like that because they were just like a small team that worked on Max Payne. But it was like a AAA looking game, but it had its limitations.
Okay.
It wasn't Grand Theft Auto, but it was like the Warriors or Freedom Fighters or things like that. Those are all AA in my opinion. Kane and Lynch, those are AA games. You don't have those anymore.
Okay.
It's just like you either have Fortnite, like you have a game as big as that, or like Grand Theft Auto, or you have Hollow Knight. There's nothing in between. Like it just feels like, and if it is,
I need some shit in the middle, man. I need more Plague Tale Innocences. I need more games like that, like really good games with lots of substance that are just like, and I think that's what we're gonna start getting on Game Pass pretty soon, hopefully.
Oh
you
yeah,
know what
dude.
I mean?
I mean, we already do.
We do, but I think we're going to get more of it coming to Game Pass soon. I think, like, if you're in the mood for that kind of shit, that's the kind of stuff that's really going to be hitting Game Pass hard in the next year. You know what I mean?
So, a AA game is a game that fails to reach the milestone previously set by AAA games. They generally have a lower budget than AAA games. The A/B games are those poor games that had a great idea, but the development team just couldn't. Oh, wait, that's definitely not defining it. Hold on, let me go to IGN for this. So it says an independent studio or game backed by a big publisher that in turn provides that studio and game with a sizable budget. That would definitely be Remedy, because Remedy was backed by Rockstar
and
to make
Microsoft at one point. I think Quantum Break, they were backed by Microsoft.
Yeah, they were, because it was an exclusive to so they're the ultimate AA team.
Yeah,
like
Double Fine was also a good example because they are also pretty much everybody Microsoft has bought at this point is a decent example because Microsoft is, funding it. Like,
Don't Nod, the Life is Strange people, they're considered AA.
Yeah.
In the EA Originals, which they made Sea of Solitude and A Way Out and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's not many. There's like a very few working nowadays, which is very upsetting. We need more AA. Fight for the double A.
Okay. Let's see. You know what? Before we go any further with the news, I've got like kind of an extended chunk of news I'm going to go through real quick because I forgot about it until just now. They did a state of play. Sony did a state of play recently and announced a bunch of shit. So I'm just going to rapidly go through all the stuff they talked about.
All right.
They announced Moss 2, which is a big deal for all of us VR folk out there. They announced it as a PlayStation game, but the original Moss was a PlayStation game, and it came to all other platforms like really fast. So I think this is good news for everybody playing VR on any platform, hopefully. They also announced Arcadeageddon, which is from the people who made Friday the 13th. It's a third-person co-op looter shooter. They announced...
I don't want a looter shooter.
They announced Hunter's Arena, which is a 30-person melee-focused battle royale. I was so sleepy last night, I wrote meme-focused battle royale.
How does that work?
Then they talked about Fist, forged in Shadow Torch. It launches September 7th. It's self-described as a diesel punk Metroidvania.
Okay. Diesel punk.
Then they talked about Sifu, which is that game, like the kung fu fighting game that they announced a while back. They showed a little more of the game and how like time affects the protagonist and the environment and shit. And then they announced that it's going to be delayed to 2022. They announced a Demon Slayer game called Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. I have no idea what that means.
Did you watch the trailer for it? Is it cool looking?
It looks pretty cool. It's apparently taking its inspiration from the source material of Unwavering Resolved and Mugen Train arcs.
Wow.
Yeah. So it should just like follow the show. Which seems kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
And then they announced Death Stranding Director's Cut, which is, Death Stranding, but a director's cut. And then they showed some more Deathloop gameplay footage, which looks really cool. I think Deathloop's going to be a tight game.
I've heard the Deathloop game looks a lot like the other game that Arcane made, Dishonored.
Yeah, it has that, like, aesthetic, but it definitely doesn't look like it's going to play like that. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha. Yeah, it's got like the whole Majora's Mask aspect to it, where like it resets all the time, or what?
I think so. I didn't really pay that much attention, to be honest with you, but I think it's like a live, die, repeat kind of thing. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm trying not to like spoil it for myself because I think it's going to be one that I really want to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you got?
I have no more news. You keep.
Oh, that's
going.
it?
Yep.
Okay, let's see what else I got here for you. EA Sports UFC 4 has been added to the EA Play catalog. This means that subscribers to that service, as well as Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, can now pick up the MMA game through their membership. The game arrives on July 10th, so it's already out. Check that out. It's definitely one of my favorite games that I've been playing recently. Let's see. We talked about Skyward Sword being in 60 frames per second. More PlayStation games are coming to PC, including 2018's God of War. You won't find Sony Santa Monica's latest title on the Steam store, though, as it's coming to PC via PS Now. God of War is one of the many titles heading to PlayStation Now this month, along with Red Dead Redemption 2, Neo 2, and Judgment. PC users can stream all of those games using the PC app for PlayStation Now. Let's see. Dark Souls 3 has just received a smooth update on Xbox Series X and S consoles, as the system's frames per second boost feature now allows From Software's classic action RPG to run at a more modern 60 frames per second. This has been a long time coming, as Dark Souls 3 has been locked to 30 frames per second ever since it launched on Xbox One back in 2016. Something which Microsoft's competitor Sony would rectify for its PS4 Pro console by upgrading the game to 60 frames per second, offering sometime later. The Xbox One X was incapable of reaching this benchmark, though, as fans had to settle for 900p resolution at 30 frames per second. And just so we're clear, it's still at 900p resolution. I think they're working to fix that too, but now it's 60 frames per second.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Indonesian ministers really mad at Fortnite because some because some kids created like a Muslim religious structure in the game, and then people were destroying it. And he's like, "We gotta ban Fortnite." I won't go into too much detail.
We gotta stop this.
It's a really long, stupid story, but basically he got all mad, and Fortnite.
I mean, did it get
Epic
banned?
No, Epic Games was kind of like, well, sorry, that's user-created content, so you can suck it. Let's see. Oh gosh, here we go. Here's China. Tencent Games has rolled out a new initiative in China that forces players to submit a digital face scan to verify that they aren't minors. Wow. This is the company's effort to comply with the Chinese government in its bid to curb video game addiction among minors. I won't go into more detail, but
you get the picture. I mean, nothing like this surprises me out of China. Like, that's crazy. You're gonna be like sitting there like playing video games, and like a cop's gonna bust into your house like just because you like jumped on at 9 p.m. You know?
Dude, yeah. So okay, we got China there. We got Indonesia we just talked about, and we got Japan from a minute ago. And now, check this out. While Minecraft is generally considered a great kid-friendly game, a law in South Korea has resulted in the game being blocked off to all players under the age of 19. This ban isn't anything to do with Minecraft's content, but the fact that an Xbox Live account is needed to play the game. As reported by GamesIndustry.biz, Microsoft recently informed South Korean players that they would need an Xbox Live account to continue playing Minecraft, with accounts only able to be made for people over the age of 19. The age restriction is due to a controversial South Korean shutdown law, which prohibits children from playing games between midnight and 6 a.m. The law has been in place ever since 2011. While some game providers have implemented technical solutions to prevent minors from playing their games between these hours, Microsoft instead chose to restrict all Xbox Live accounts for people under the age of 19. Until now, users have been able to sidestep that restriction by logging into Minecraft with a Mojang account instead.
Wow, so Microsoft is helping in the censorship of its own game. But
I think they're just being lazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's just like I didn't know that South Korea was doing that since 2011, but I assume that's because most of those people, remember whenever we did the people who died playing video games or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 90% of them were in South Korea.
Yeah, like an internet cafe or something.
It's because they wouldn't stop, like they just played till their body gave out and they just died. I think that's probably why in South Korea. Not that I think that that calls for censorship. I think that calls for a cultural, shift in like maybe you should talk to people and be like, hey, like it's cool to play games and everything, like a lot of games, but if you start to realize that your organs are collapsing, maybe you should get up. You
start shitting on yourself and having to wear a diaper to fucking play games.
Yeah, maybe you should walk around. Like, don't censor video games. Like, figure out why this dude's so fucking sad that all he can do is play video games till he dies. Like, like what's going on over there?
Hey, for real.
Like, I don't think Americans play a lot of video games.
Yeah,
a lot of video games, but I don't know of any Americans that just like play till they literally die.
I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure it has. But we just don't take it and be like, damn, we got to do something about video games. We take that and we're like, damn, that guy was ridiculous. Like, why did he do that?
See, if I lived in South Korea, I'd just have somebody ship me like some old analog video games from America. You know what I mean? We'd be playing the Game Boy Color and shit at night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude.
We're circumventing that law somehow.
The cops SWAT team's gonna drop
in, like
start shooting, start blasting.
Put down the Game Boy. They have like a megaphone. All right, let's see. Netflix has made its most public display of interest in expanding into virtual reality and gaming after years of batting away questions about pursuing VR and even more years of baby steps towards video games. On Thursday, Netflix announced a new deal with Shonda Rhimes, a powerhouse television producer whose Bridgerton exploded on Netflix to become what the company says is its most watched series ever. The deal tightens Netflix's relationship with Rhimes in several ways. like opening the door for feature films and investing in her company's programs to diversify Hollywood in front of and behind the camera. But Netflix also said Rhime's partnership includes the opportunity to exclusively produce and distribute potential gaming and VR content. The opportunity to pursue potential games in VR is far from a full-throated commitment, but it's still the clearest public statement so far that Netflix is interested in broadening into video games, a major entertainment category, and virtual reality, a fledgling one. Netflix declined to comment. So there you go.
Cool.
And that's all I got for news today.
All right. Well, now that we're done with news, we're going to jump into this week's releases where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days, starting with Traversal, coming to PC on July 13th. Couldn't find a price, but Traversal is a soothing and engaging puzzle experience that balances between intellectual challenge and relaxing pick-up-and-play gaming. Yeah, that sounds cool, I guess. Then we got Where the Heart Leads, coming to PS4 and PS5 on July 13th for $24.99. Where the Heart Leads is a narrative adventure game about family. Finding home can take a lifetime. And then we have Curve Space coming to Switch on July 13th. I could find a price. This was $19.99. Curve Space is an intense arcade shooter about battling cosmic energy spiders across warped, physics-defying battlefields. Space stations and asteroids curve and loop around themselves. And then we have Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector coming to PC on July 15th. Couldn't find a price, but experience every bone-rattling explosion and soul-crushing charge in Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector, the definitive battle-scale game of turn-based strategy and fast-paced combat that takes you to the battlefields of the 41st millennium. Which I saw like on IGN, they were like, because what's his name? Henry Cavill's like a nerd gamer guy, you know. They're like, Henry Cavill makes reference to Warhammer and like blah, 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 like in an interview. I'm just like, okay. I was like, who makes references to Warhammer?
I just don't get Warhammer. Every time I see a trailer for it, it's like Warhammer 40K, and it's like elves and shit. And then I see another trailer, and it's like fucking they're in space, and it's like
sci-fi.
It's like, wait a minute, is this all the same thing? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
And I'm not bashing. I
I'm
just don't
not
understand
hating at all. Some of it looks kind of cool, you know, but like I just don't understand. I don't get it.
And then we have Macrotis, A Mother's Journey, coming to Switch on July 15th for $11.99. Help Mother Bilby as she struggles underground to find her children in Macrotis, A Mother's Journey, a magical 2.5D puzzle platformer game that takes players on an unforgettable adventure for those who love being challenged. Then we have Labyrinth City, Pierre, the Maze Detective, coming to Switch on July 15th for $11.99. Labyrinth City, Pierre, the Maze Detective is a one-of-a-kind revolutionary puzzle puzzle. Maybe revolutionary puzzle. Pierre must find the way and solve puzzles to retrieve the magical stone stolen by the nefarious Mr. X. Okay.
That damn Mr. X.
Right. And then we got Lost at Sea, coming to PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC on July 5th. Couldn't find a price, but Lost at Sea is a game about life, a game about every one of us, and the incredible adventure we all take part in. Okay. And then we got Guild of Darksteel, coming to Switch and PC on July 15th for $14.99. Guild of Darksteel is a cinematic side-scrolling adventure set in a lush, layered dark fantasy world. Okay, side-scrolling, you got me. I was excited. And then we got Streets of Rage 4 coming to Stadia on July 15th for however much Streets of Rage 4 costs, I am assuming. But and then we have Little Witch Academia VR Broom Racing coming to PC VR on July 15th for $29.99. Based on the hit anime franchise, Little Witch Academia, VR Broom Racing lets you fly around the sky and use magic with Akko and the other LWA characters.
Sounds like a wasted opportunity to make a Quidditch game, if you ask me.
Well, they got to get that license, man.
I need a VR Quidditch. That would be tight.
Make a fake Quidditch. Make a knockoff Quidditch.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even have to call it Quidditch. Call it like
Squidditch.
Yeah.
And make it underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got...
That'd be weird.
Yeah. But then you couldn't get sued. And then we got A Township Tale coming to Oculus Quest.
Hey, our
July
boys
15th.
over there at A Township Tale doing the thing.
Yeah, boys and lady.
And lady.
Yeah,
Ladies,
I'm sure there's
probably.
ladies. Yeah, I don't know. But Serena Hack, we did an interview with her a long time ago. You can go find it in the previous episode somewhere. Yeah, but I don't remember which episode it was. But band together with your friends and explore a long-forgotten world filled with an adventure, danger, and ancient secrets in a township tale. A multiplayer VR experience where you can discover the world with friends or make new friends with online communities.
Glad to see them coming to Quest. I feel like that game's going to thrive.
Oh, yeah, dude. It looks so open. It looks like there's so much shit you can do in that game. I've been seeing their stuff on Facebook a lot. Anyways, F1 2021 is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC on July 16th for $59.99. Every slot has a beginning in F1 2021. Oh, every story. I don't know where I got the slot from. The official video game of the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship. Then Observer System Redux is coming to PS4, Xbox One, July 16th for $29.99. With Observer System Redux, one of the scariest cyberpunk stories in gaming has been rebuilt and augmented for the next generation. And then we have The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD coming to Switch on July 16th for $59.99. Witness the origins of the Master Sword in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD.
Man, I don't have enough money for all these games.
No. And we got World for 2 coming to PC on July 16th. Couldn't find a price, but World for 2 is an adventure game set in a beautiful pixel art world from which all animal life has been eradicated by a sudden catastrophe.
Fuck.
And then we have The Protagonist EX-1 coming to PC July 19th for $12.99. The Protagonist EX-1 is a gripping new turn-based tactical RPG. You're a highly trained soldier on a mission to infiltrate an alien space station that goes horribly wrong. Find your team and discover the hidden truth. But that's it for this week's releases. And now we must move on to... isn't it currently playing? Yeah, we're moving on to currently playing. Brent, what you playing right now?
Shit, I've been playing a lot of stuff. I'm still playing Mass Effect 2. I'm like deep into that.
You still enjoying it, or are you kind of like just?
I'm really enjoying it. A lot of it's like stuff I haven't done before because it's like DLC stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of the DLC seems like it's like big, full-fleshed quests. You know what I mean? Like, some of them have you, like, riding around on this, like, speeder bike and shit. Like, a lot of weird stuff that I don't remember doing in the original game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been really enjoying that, and the graphics are looking really good. And, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm ready to get it done with and play Mass Effect 3, though. I think the next time you see me, I'll probably have finished Mass Effect 2, hopefully.
Nice.
But then I played a little Contractors with Devin a few days ago, which is basically like Call of Duty in VR. It was fun. We played some gun game and stuff. Then I got Black Ops 4 for free on PlayStation, you know.
Oh, yeah, it was like PS Now or something.
So I've been playing the Zombies mode on that a lot. Like, the very first Zombies, like, map they, like, let you have is, like, a Titanic ship, and I've just been, like, obsessed with that. And I've been playing a lot of the Titanic one for some reason lately.
Oh, that's cool.
And let's see. I've been playing Thrill of the Fight. I'm trying to get back in shape, so that's like my exercise thing. I need to get a new sweat cover for my fucking Oculus, though, because I'm afraid it's going to start smelling bad, because I only use it for exercise most of the time lately. And, you know, it's just starting to get a little sweaty.
It gets stank.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been playing Titanfall 2. Because, you know, everybody's like, oh, the campaign's really good. And I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And sure enough, it is really good. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm like halfway through it. But, like, it's better than I thought it would be. You know what I mean? It feels a lot like that game, Ghost Runner, where you have the ninja sword and you're, like, running on the walls and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like that and a Call of Duty campaign and, like, Borderlands mixed together all in one game.
Interesting.
It's like really fun.
What would you say the story's like, though?
The story's way better than I thought it would be. Like, it's all about like I don't know, without giving anything away, basically like you're this not pilot and like some fucking dude in your platoon who's a pilot like dies and he's like, take my Titan, man, and he like transfers it over to you. And so like you start bonding with this Titan who's like got a personality, and so like you and this Titan are going through something horrible is gonna happen to the Titan. I already know. You know what I mean?
So it's like an anime.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that
basically
just sounds like
an
the
anime.
beginning of like a fucking mech anime.
It would actually be a really tight anime.
Yeah, I wonder why they haven't done that.
I don't know. They should.
Anime adaptation.
It really makes me wish they'd make Titanfall 3 because a lot of the guns you play with in the game are like just the same shit from Apex. I don't know. Titanfall is such a better game to me than Apex Legends. Like I like Apex and all.
Well, it just you go for different reasons. Apex is for the competition.
But you could be competitive in Titanfall too. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
Yeah, but there's no battle royale.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Apex Legends should have just been a battle royale mode for Titanfall. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel.
That way you could get Titanfall 3.
Yes. Yeah. And I played a little bit of Dark Souls with you.
A little bit. So
Just
you didn't play any more after that?
I got to the big tree guy and I like whacked him a few times and he didn't take any damage. And so I got frustrated.
The big tree guy. What big tree guy?
I don't know. There's this big boss that's like a fucking giant tree, and I've been fighting him for like days.
The nuts, dude. You gotta hit him in the nuts.
In the nuts?
Yeah, you gotta hit him in the nut sack. You can't just go up and whack him.
He's got a nut sack? I didn't even see the nut sack.
I don't know if it's technically a nut sack, but it's right where a nut sack would be. Like, because he has his legs spread out, and then there's like a big white, like bubbly looking thing in the middle.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're hitting.
Okay.
I figured you would have figured that out quick.
Well, I don't get a chance to usually because he like one hits me. You know what I mean? Fucking, and I'm already almost dead by the time I get there.
Gotcha. Yeah, you also gotta open up some shortcuts to the campfire that's nearby. That way,
I don't have like that's my problem is like my campfire isn't nearby. I have to run through this like barrage of missiles and like fight this dude with the fucking choppy thing to get over there. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna hop in there with you and get you over to him, and we'll fight the boss together.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Most of the bosses, like your first playthrough. And probably later, but like apparently you haven't played the game till you've gone through new game plus 3. Like that's what I've been learning from like everybody who plays it is that like your first like 2 rounds don't even really count like through the game, and it changes after you beat the game the first time. Every time you go to new game plus, the game gets harder, and like it'll just keep going that way like forever. Like it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, so. I'll show you how to get to how to beat that guy and how to open up some shortcuts. That way you're not stuck constantly.
Yeah, I figured there was a shortcut closer.
Yeah, well, like what you do is you go around and you open doors to that same like campfire that will make it to where every time that you pop up at that campfire, you only have to run like a certain direction and then turn and like you're at the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I figured. It's just like that in Sekiro. It's just I haven't been playing too much lately, honestly. It's not even that hard. Like, but Dark Souls 3 doesn't feel very hard at all compared to Sekiro. Like, my thing is about Dark Souls 3 is like I want to
doesn't tell you anything.
No, not even that. It's like I want to parry more, you know, because I'm so used to Sekiro and a big thing. I know you can, but it's not the same. Like Sekiro, you have to parry. Like if you don't parry in Sekiro, you're not gonna beat Sekiro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In Dark Souls, the parry drains your stamina so much, it's not like practical to use it like you do in Sekiro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Sekiro, it's all about breaking the opponent's posture. You know what I mean? There's no posture bar at all in Dark Souls. You know what I mean? So it's all about Dark Souls. I found your dodge is a lot more effective than your block. You know what I mean?
You just roll everywhere.
Whereas in Sekiro, if you try to dodge out of the way, you're going to get fucking just blasted 90% of the time. You know what I mean? Your best bet in Sekiro is to try to just stand there and block as many hits as you can and do Mikari counters, which is like this thing where you like you have to wait till they stab at you and then do like a forward B and it'll like step on their sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is super hard to get the timing down on, but once you do it, you basically are the master of Sekiro. You know what I mean? Like, but see, my problem is Dark Souls. I get those pitchfork guys coming at me, and my instinct is to try to forward B like
roll
step
towards
on their blade, because in Sekiro it's like a counter thing. He'll step on the blade and then like stab them, you know.
Oh yeah.
In Dark Souls, you just roll into the pitchfork,
Get stabbed.
So it's like I'm getting used to that, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
but
it takes some getting used to.
I also
for
don't
sure.
really like managing my inventory at all. You know what I mean? I'd much rather just play like Jedi Fallen Order or something where you have the same weapon the whole game. You know what I mean? I don't know why.
No, I feel you on that. Like, there's definitely something. Like, I've always been I don't want to play Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls 2 was one of my worst experiences with a video game ever. And then, but now that I'm playing with other people and like they're kind of guiding me in a way, like honestly, I've only been letting people join my game whenever I'm fighting a boss. Like everything else I'm trying to figure out on my own. But now that I've played as far as I have in Dark Souls 3, I'm on like the 4th or 5th boss now. It's like it's probably one of the most intricate games I've ever seen. Not just played, but like seen. Like the story and the quest lines are so intricately woven together that if you mess up something, like the guy in that cell that we couldn't find, he'll never come back because like it's just over. You miss something along the way, and so because you missed that, he just doesn't exist anymore in the game. Like and so, but in my game he was there. And it's because I did one thing different than you did. And so, like, you'll never play the game through unless you have a guide, like, sitting right there with you. You'll never play the game through the same way, every time. Like, it's there's always going to be something you either miss or you go this way to grab something and it shuts off a quest line for this side or whatever. And it's so weird how it's all set up, but, like, and it doesn't tell you a single thing. Nothing. Like, even to get into multiplayer, like, to have somebody in your game is this long-drawn thing that, like, unless you, at some point, somebody told you or you looked it up, you're not going to figure it out.
I feel like that's another thing. They almost want you to, like, learn things from the community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Sekiro does the same thing, and then there's no multiplayer aspect at all. So it's like there's no way to learn any of that shit. And then sometimes in Sekiro, like, there'll be like moments in the game where your decision will like end the game prematurely. Like there'll be like a whole half of a game that you're missing out on because like you fought one boss and then it just ends the game there. And then there's like 4 or 5 bosses that go down the line that you're just skipping. You know what I mean? Because
dude, that's the same in Dark Souls. Like whenever you get to the Firelink place, you could technically kill everybody in there, like, and then just in the game basically. Like ruin the game. but I almost attacked the lady who like levels you up, but they were like, hey, oh, don't hit her, and I was like, oh well, I just assumed everybody was trying to kill me, you know what I'm saying? Like but if I would have done that, I would have had to restart probably. But like it's interesting, and then you keep getting invaded by like haters all the time. So and then there's like pros and cons to like if you're not embered, which is like what allows people to join your game, your health is a lot like it takes a huge chunk of your health if you stay unembered, so like people can't invade you.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, I just play offline most of the time. I can't stand that shit.
Me either. I take the health drop because of it.
I just play offline. I straight up just turn online off like completely.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
I just I go to the settings and just switch it to
turn
play
it off.
offline.
Yeah.
Because like I don't have fucking time for that shit, dude.
No,
I'm not trying to get invaded.
But like and it's also really like weird. Like you'll have to go from like this part of the game to this part of the game to this part of the game, but once you get here and beat this boss, you got to go all the way back to here. Like, and it doesn't tell you this. Like, then you go and fight this one person here, and like, and I'm like, bro, why? How did people ever figure this out? But like it just there's a lot to it. But I'm using the katana and like I'm making a dex build. Like my character's completely dex. Like I'm like level 40. I'm like level 45 dex right now. I'm trying to get it to 60, and then like got my health and endurance up, and then like overall I think I'm like level 47 or something. And there's a meta to levels too, because there's like apparently there's not like a cap on level, but you're supposed to stop leveling at 120. Like whatever you have your stats at 120, you're not supposed to fuck with it anymore. Like because that's like the level. Like I don't understand. Like there's so much shit that people have figured out, and like I just don't know how it's even possible to figure this stuff out without somebody just telling you. You know, like I could have sat there for days and never figured out this one little part if I wouldn't have asked somebody. Like, and I was just like, hey, what do I do right here? And he's like, oh, of course, you got to go back 7, like campfires and go talk to this guy who is like completely out of the way. And like, I would have never seen him or anything. It just doesn't make any sense. But like, anyways, yeah, so that was everything you played, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Played Dark Souls 3 a lot. I've been playing the shit out of Dark Souls 3. Then I got 2 dubs with Aaron Brown on Call of Duty duos.
Cool.
On Warzone, that was fun. And then I've been playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 out of the 1+2
on the
HD
Switch?
remake. Yeah.
How's it feel on the Switch?
Feels fine playing with the Pro controller or whatever that controller is. It's nice. It feels just like the old game. I feel like the levels are different though. Like I don't know. Like I get the levels are remade, but something feels a little different. At least on the first game.
Like which level particularly? Any of them
Like the
stand
school.
out?
Like the school feels a little different than I remember it. Like maybe
it feels the same to me. Is it because you're thinking of the school from 2?
2. I think I might be thinking of school from 2.
Mm-hmm. You'll see when you get to that school, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is the one. Because I had the same vibe when I first played it. I was like, this isn't right. And then I was like, oh, yeah. There's a school level in 2, too, and it's almost exactly the same.
And Warehouse doesn't feel the same.
You're thinking of Warehouse from 2.
See, that's what I thought. I was like, where's the helicopter?
Totally different. Yeah.
Yeah,
both of those are still in there. You just got to get to the second game.
And I do like the like being older and understanding the stats a little better and stuff like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think my main issue with the game, though, is that there's no blood. Like, the falls are bloodless.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I miss the old, like, speckled blood whenever you hit the ground. Like, it was nice. I don't know why.
Yeah, would it really be like an M-rated game if they just added a little blood? Like, you know?
Because the game was rated T back in the day for blood. But now it's rated T for lyrics. So
it's like, couldn't have just censored the songs and added a little blood? Come on, guys.
So dumb. But anyways, yeah, so that's been really fun. I'm like, what I would do is like I'd play Dark Souls until I got pissed off, and then I'd switch over and play some Tony Hawk just till I chilled out and like, you know.
Yeah, you got to have a chill game when you're playing one of those.
Oh yeah, in the first hour, I'm like I've already unlocked almost every level on the first game. Like that's just you can't fuck with me on Tony Hawk though, dude. Like I'm so fucking like in that game, just knocking out the pro and 6 scores like with no ollie, like and no fucking hang time whatsoever. You just get those combos with like the revert.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I just find a bowl in the game and I'll just grind around this bowl like 18 times, just like doing like switch tricks so my multiplier goes up. You know?
Hell yeah, dude. I love that shit. Like you land one trick and it's like 80,000. Like, fuck yeah. But it is fun, like, looking for all this stuff again. The graphics are a little weird where it's kind of hard to find, like, the no skate signs and stuff like that. Like, I noticed in the...
it's probably because you're playing docked. It'll probably look a lot better in handheld mode.
You think so?
Absolutely. I really do think so. We got to get you some new Joy-Cons, man. I saw on the online, they had those, I want to say Mad Cats, but it's not Mad Cats. It's like some controller brand, but they're like fat Joy-Cons that make your Switch feel like a real controller. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. Yeah.
They look pretty neat. It looks like when you attach them, it looks like it would feel like an Xbox controller or something in your hand.
Problem is, I'm just not dropping $70 for new Joy-Cons. You know what I'm saying?
I think these are cheaper too. Maybe not much cheaper, like $50 or something, but like
still
for what
cheaper,
they are,
yeah.
It's a lot cheaper, and they still have motion controls and stuff. So
for sure,
you know.
But anyways, that's it for currently playing. We're gonna jump on over to the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is casting casting actors as video game characters in live adaptations. So basically, we're going to pick some iconic video game characters and pick who we would cast to play them in a live action, film or series or whatever the fuck. So I've only got 4 because I sat there for a long time trying to think on this, and I could not think of any good ones past the 4 that I got. I was like, I'm not going to just bullshit this and just make some dumb shit. I'm just going to come with my good ones, and we'll leave it at that. So I'm 1 off, but Brent, what
I've
you got?
got 5 good ones and 1 that's just like goofy.
Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it. You can start it since you got more.
All right. Well, my goofy one is going to be fucking Danny DeVito playing Mario, obviously.
That's obvious. Yeah.
Obvious.
That's he was born to play.
It should
Super
have
Mario.
happened already.
Either that or Detective Pikachu. He could have been a good
Oh my
Detective
God,
Pikachu,
dude.
It would have been great. Give us your next one since I've only got 4 and you
Okay.
got 6.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so this is probably my my worst one in my opinion. But Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, like the main character, I want him to either be played by Will Smith would be ideal. You know what I mean? Like preferably Will Smith
Wait. What game is this from?
from The Walking Dead Telltale series.
Oh, okay. With Chloe or not Chloe? No, I'm thinking of Clementine.
Yeah, but Lee,
okay.
the guy who like takes care of Clementine the whole game. I want him to be played by Will Smith. If we can't get Will Smith on this project, I will settle for Mekhi Phifer. But I want Will Smith.
I could see that. Yeah, I think Will Smith would work. Definitely.
Yeah.
He's already done the zombie thing before, so he
Yeah.
knows how to get into that character.
Totally. And he's starting to get a little old, so he's kind of got, but he doesn't look super old.
No.
You know, you can't be like old to be Lee, but you got to be like,
Middle
40s
age.
kind of.
He's in like his 50s
Yeah,
now,
but he
though.
looks like he's.
40 something. And
he's a good looking 50.
Yeah,
you know?
he knows how to make you cry too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he could do the emotional thing. He could do the action thing.
Oh yeah, he's got it all, dude.
He can make it
He's
really
a bad
good.
boy. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so my number 4 is Tom Hardy as Max Payne.
Oh my God,
I
that could
think
be great, dude.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor. He doesn't just look the part. He's really fucking good. He always plays like whatever character he plays to the max. You know what I'm saying? So that's why and I thought of this one right before because my little brother was trying to guess some of the actors that I chose. Like when I was talking to him on the phone, he's like Tom Hardy. And it's like, damn it, I didn't put Tom Hardy on here. That's a really good one.
Man,
And
imagine Tom Hardy with like jet black hair, like kind of like fucking wet from fucking sweat, and he's holding the guns, dude. That could be tight.
Yeah, I mean, think of him in Venom. It's a very similar like look. You know what I'm saying? And like, imagine him coming home, finding his wife and his baby dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be
Just
fucked up.
Yeah, just imagine Tom Hardy. It's like
Imagine Tom Hardy as Max Payne 3, where he's like bald and
bald,
older. You know what
That'd
I
be
mean?
tight.
That would be tight, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
But yeah, that's one of my picks. That's who I would choose for Max Payne.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
What you got?
All right. So my next one will be Sarah from Days Gone. She's like your girlfriend in the game. I want her to be played by Catherine Winnick. She's like an actress from Vikings.
Oh, okay. I've never
think
seen that show.
I haven't either, to be honest with you. But I've seen her, and I think she would play the role really well. I've watched several interviews with her, and I'm like, okay, she's got that like look and the personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would work well.
Did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
No, I didn't.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, I need
All right.
to. That's one I tried to watch a few times. I just couldn't get into it. Like,
I feel that. One day you'll get into it.
I know I will.
My next one is Dane DeHaan. He's the guy who played. He was in Chronicle. He was also. He's like the white kid that turns bad in Chronicle, but he's also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Harry Osborn in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That kid. He should play Link. All right. I'm telling you, the live-action Link.
Okay.
He look at a picture of Dane DeHaan.
Yeah, let me see a picture
One,
of this guy.
he's a good actor. He really is. But I gotta show Brent a picture of this guy. Tell me we don't got a link right here. Okay, Did you know that Link was originally based
Like
on...
Link pops pills every day or something.
No, check it out. Link was based off of Leonardo DiCaprio. Like originally, that's what the artist was like thinking of whenever they thought of making Link. Apparently, like
Interesting.
Like
He does look like Leo.
not at all. But this guy.
No, I mean that guy looks
this
like
guy
Leo.
looks like Leo, and he's young enough. That's what I was thinking. I was like, just because of the whole Leonardo DiCaprio thing, maybe he should play Link. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this will be his one character. You know?
Man, it's so hard to like think of somebody that would look good in a tunic. You know what I mean? Because like, to be honest with you, it's hard. You know, anybody that's not like Orlando Bloom just isn't gonna pull off the elf look that good. You know?
Yeah, see, like Ocarina of Time's Link was based on Leo DiCaprio. Looks nothing like him, but that's like a Japanese guy's
That's how
like,
Japanese people see Leo. Just
perception. They're like, he looks like Link, dude. No, but I get what you're saying. But like, if you're making a live action Zelda movie, it would look a lot cooler than what it looks like in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he'd wear a tunic, but you wouldn't like when you're watching it. You're not like, oh, this guy's wearing a tunic. You're like, dude, that guy looks fucking dope. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they'd make the tunic look badass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Yeah.
And, or they could fuck it up and just go the Sonic route, like before they fixed him. Anyway,
Dude, that's where I feel like it would end up. Depends on who made the movie. If it was like Universal Pictures or something, okay, maybe it'd be dope. If it was like Netflix Productions or some shit, like, all right, we're probably getting a
Stranger Things. Anyways, what you got?
All right, my next one will be Bayek of Siwa from Assassin's Creed Origins. I want Sindhil Ramarthi to play him.
All right, you just said like 5 words that I don't understand. Like, I don't know the name of the character nor the actor.
Check it out.
Okay. Borithorashly.
In Assassin's Creed Origins, you play a guy named Bayek.
Bayek. Okay.
Bayek. Okay. I want him to be played by Sindhil Ramarthi.
Okay.
He's the bad guy from The Flash. Have you ever watched The Flash? He's in a bunch of other stuff, but that's where I know him from.
Okay, I'm seeing Bayek now.
Look up Sindhil, like with one L, and I'm sure Ramarthi will come up because there's probably not very many Sindhils that are very.
How do you spell Sindhil?
Like Sind.
Oh, okay.
Hill with one L.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
You know?
For sure.
You know?
That is him. I think that's yeah.
It would be
good
perfect, and shave his head or whatever. Get him, give him that get him ripped.
Yeah, dude.
That would be perfect, dude.
That's a good call.
He's an Egyptian actor. I feel like it would fit the
that
everything.
Whole thing. Yeah. Okay, my next one. This one's it's been done many times before. Lara Croft, but Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, J-Law, baby.
J-Law is Lara Croft. And I feel like what we got was a Hunger Games, which was just Lara Croft. Like she wore very similar clothing to Lara Croft in that movie. She even had a bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and the older J-Law gets, the more Lara Crofty she feels to me. You know what I mean?
She would be a perfect Lara Croft.
Yeah, and fuck the reboot they did recently.
It was trash,
It was trash.
Everyone's like, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, no, that was horrible.
It was trash. Angelina Jolie movies, they're old now. You know what I mean?
They were bad back then.
They were bad back then. We need some fresh Tomb Raider. We need some fucking raw-ass Tomb Raider.
We need the video game reboot made into a movie, but with Jennifer Lawrence, where she gets rebar through her fucking side.
Yes.
Like, I want that.
I want Jennifer Lawrence just to get fucked up, but also fuck everybody else up at the same time. Dude, that would be the dopest movie ever. If she's just slaughtering fucking people and dude, that would be tight.
Very good. All right, what you got?
Okay, my next one will be Ethan Winters from fucking Resident Evil 7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So you don't ever see Ethan, right?
You kind of do. You see his dead body in the light.
You see his corpse, and you see his hands and stuff. But what we don't see is the beautiful face of Keanu Reeves, who is Ethan Winters. Yes.
I could see that.
You know what I'm saying? Think about the voice every time you do something in the game, and then just imagine Keanu saying that shit. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I know kung fu. Yeah, I don't know. I could see that. I could see that being Mia. Yeah, I like that one. That I don't know if it works as well, but it definitely. I don't mind Keanu in anything.
I
honestly.
had to fit him on my list somewhere.
I wanted
you
to
know?
fit Nicolas Cage onto
Me
mine,
too.
but I really couldn't
tried
find
really
anything.
hard to think of something for
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, but it just couldn't.
Not a single
He
thing.
was almost Ethan Winters.
Honestly, that might be a better Ethan Winters.
All right, if we can't get Keanu,
we're
we're
Nick.
getting Nick Cage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Or he could play the dude in
The
Legend of
father
Zelda.
from Seven.
No, what's the dude in Legend of Zelda that sells you the maps?
Tingle?
Yeah, Tingle. I feel like that would be
Keanu?
a Nick
Yeah,
Cage.
Nick
That would
Cage,
be
yeah.
a great Nick Cage role.
Totally.
Like if they made this Zelda movie and like randomly through it, you just see Nick Cage floating in on a balloon, and he's it'd be great. Okay, so my final one is Gordon Freeman from Half-Life,
Okay.
played by Bryan Cranston.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That
Yeah.
could be cool.
One, he's a great actor. Two, he almost looks like him, except for he's like, and he has hair in real life. He's not bald in real life. He's not your Breaking Bad guy. So he's got red hair.
My problem is that you
he's-
almost have to make Cranston lose like 30 pounds or something to really.
That'd
hit-
be super easy. I mean,
yeah, I mean for sure, but like,
yeah, we force him. You know,
like he needs to be a little bit skinnier, maybe a little bit younger. But I feel like movie magic, little makeup, you can make that happen.
I did say young Bryan Cranston
Yeah.
in my pick, like a younger, like whenever he was still on Malcolm in the Middle.
yeah,
You know, like
that would be perfect, Gordon Freeman. Right
yes,
there.
just make him have his beard. You know, but I kind of like him in Breaking Bad fashion, where he's like a little bit more grizzled. You know what I'm saying? He kind of he looks like a scientist. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but it could work.
I like that.
Anyways,
Okay, my number one.
number one.
So this is based on the default Commander Shepard from Mass Effect, but I want Jason Statham to be playing Commander Shepard from Mass Effect.
That does not look. They don't look alike, but I could see him.
They do to me. Hold up. Hang on. You got to see them
Yeah.
back to back. Hold up. Because
Yeah.
there's the default is like. Hang on. I think it would work.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
hold
gotta
up.
see
Here we
this.
go. So my man's Commander Shepard right here. You know what I'm saying? Slightly bald.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He kind of looks like he'd be in like a new metal band or something, like. No, God no.
Like with some blue contacts, that's like the same person, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
He looks more like he'd be in like the band Trapped or something.
I mean, he's always making that Jason Statham face in all these pictures. But like, if he wasn't making the Jason Statham face, I think he would be a perfect Commander Shepard. I really do.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough about
You
Commander
gotta see
Shepard.
him in the armor, dude. You know what
You
I
gotta see
mean?
Jason Statham in the armor
Yeah.
or Commander
I think if
Shepard?
we put Jason Statham in some fucking Mass Effect armor, it would be legit looking.
That could work. I could see it. That guy, he looks like, I don't know. I don't even know who that would be that would play him though. But it'd be like someone like Chris Pine or something. Like in my opinion, he looks like Chris Pine. Come on. Let's take a look at Chris Pine.
Let's see.
It's Chris Pine, bro.
I don't know, man.
Minus the hair, but like, come on.
Maybe.
It's like they have like even the same face shape.
A little bit. Yeah, I
Right.
could see that.
Right there.
Yeah, okay. I
He
can
looks
see
like a
Maybe
generic
you
video
mix
game
that guy, right? Maybe if you like mixed him and Jason Statham together into like
Jason
one person.
Pine.
Yeah.
Jason Pine.
Well, there you go, guys. That's
Yeah.
our picks for people,
That-
things,
Yeah, people playing games, characters.
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
You get it.
You got it? Yeah, but anyways, so I was gonna say one last thing. I can't remember now. Damn it. There was like one more that I was gonna throw out, but I'll remember it later. Anyways, the People's Champ. That's where we're going now. Do we have any questions today? We got
let's see.
couple, or-
Let's see who we got here. Oh goodness. I'm gonna give it to Brian Moctezuma here. He
Okay.
says, Will Nintendo ever make a remastered version of Ocarina and Majora's Mask? Looking forward to seeing Skyward Sword, but I really want those other two. LOL.
As we have already had both of them remastered technically for the 3DS, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why did we get an HD remake of Skyward Sword whenever we could have had an HD remake of freaking Ocarina of Time? Can you imagine? Like, oh, dude, it'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
I can imagine.
Or Majora's Mask.
I can imagine both of those.
Yeah.
But I don't. I agree with you about the 3DS thing. I feel like those were already pretty good remakes. I feel like if you're gonna do another Ocarina of Time remake, you need to do like a ground up rebuild of the game. You know what I mean? Like really get the textures popping and shit. You know what I mean? Like just completely redo.
That's what I mean. Like a remake, not a remaster.
That would be sick. Like a remake would be tight.
Like how they did with Link to the Past, and they made it like a whole new art style.
Yeah,
and like
that would be fucking sick. Except I don't necessarily want like that
particular
art cycle.
No, but I just mean how they
like
changed it completely. Like
definitely.
Like, but kept everything the same. You know, like if they gave it like a realistic look, or even if they gave it the Breath of the Wild look, and like just remade the entire game, but made like Hyrule Field a lot bigger, and like made like things a little bit more like.
See, I would rather it not be bigger. You know, I think I would rather it look better than be bigger. You know, I would rather go for realism as opposed to have a Breath of the Wild art style and like a bigger map. You know what I mean?
But
That's
what
just
if it was
though.
bigger scaled, but it was still the same game in every other way? Like same story, same quest lines.
Because then the pacing would be off if you had to walk further to get to certain places. Like,
true.
know, I think all in all, just make it prettier. That's my opinion, though. Like,
no, I agree. I like it, but put in some secrets.
Yeah.
I want secrets.
Yeah, more pieces of hat.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Aaron Jones here. He says, what do you guys think about WADA, the grading company? With Zelda and now a sealed copy of Mario 64 selling for over $1 million, is this kind of sus? Do you think the market is being manipulated, ruining collecting for real hobbyists? Also, possible money laundering?
Money laundering?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Maybe because I was literally just asking like who the fuck would pay $1 million something for a game that you could just go buy anywhere. Like it's like $60 for the game. Like obviously collectors want like a sealed copy and stuff, but like a sealed copy, like I said, I've seen them before in person, like at a game store, and it was like $400, but never more than that.
Yeah, but the difference is that it was graded 98% by WADA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean,
it has to be like immaculate. Like there can't be a dent in the box. There can't be a wrinkle on the paper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I imagine there's plenty of those though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure, but like they're not available. You know what I mean? Like,
true. I mean, but maybe they will be now. I think that's what he means by the manipulating the market. Like. Now you're going to see all these guys popping up on eBay with like their, mint condition, sealed in box Mario games, trying to sell them for $1 million.
But see, that's the thing. You can't sell it for $1 million unless you get it graded by WADA.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know
it's great. It's mint condition graded.
I don't see how it's manipulating the market. You know, the market's manipulated by whoever's willing to pay $1 million for a fucking sealed copy of the game. You know what I mean? The fact is, like, I think it's making the market more fair for people because it's like anybody could have their shit graded by WADA. You do have to pay a little bit for them to grade it, but I mean, if the end result is $1.5 million, you know what I'm saying? It might be worth it. You know, if you think you have something valuable, it's probably a good idea to get it, graded. You know. That being said, I don't think it ruins anything for hobbyists or collectors, unless you plan on selling your stuff. And if you do, just get it graded,
No. He's saying it ruins it for them because now people are going to think that they have something worth more than what it actually is, which is true because whenever things like this.
But I mean, is it worth more than it actually is?
No. People who don't go get it graded are now not going to let go of it for like their normal bullshit Mario 64 cart for how much it normally goes for, because they're gonna be like, well, one just sold for $1 million, and you'll be like, yeah, but that was great. Like, I know what I have. All right, you can't get this from me. Like, it's gonna raise
People
the
are
price.
still gonna want to sell their things. You're not gonna get away with selling anything unless it's graded. Like you're not gonna be able to be elitist about that shit unless you've got a real graded. Like. People can say that all they want, but you're not going to sell something for over $1 million if you don't get it graded. And people are too lazy for that. There are people out there that are still going to sell their shit on eBay. You know what I mean? And you could probably buy something for $1,000 on eBay and go turn around and get it graded and fucking, end up making a lot of money if it ends up being, worth it. I don't know. I don't think it's any different than getting your Pokemon card graded or something, I don't see why it's a big deal. It's not like this is something new, This shit's been going on since baseball cards back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Wow, somebody's trying to sell Super Mario 3D All-Stars for $20,000.
Free delivery, though.
Oh, dude. Estimated tax is $1,650.
That's hilarious.
Why? Nintendo product line... I wonder why. Okay, interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have opened mine. Anyways, I forgot that they were limited. Anyways, yeah, I don't know how. Like, from looking online at Super Mario 64 carts, they're not selling for any more than they normally do. So, who knows? Maybe once this news gets out to the wider, population, though, it might affect it. But we'll see. We'll see in the next week or so. If not, didn't really do anything.
Like I said, I can't imagine this affecting anything. This isn't anything new,
Yeah, I mean it is though. It's record breaking.
I mean that particular record is record breaking, but having your collectibles graded by WADA isn't a new thing, and their value increasing because of a rating from WADA isn't a new thing, People have been selling Pokemon cards for millions of dollars. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
No, even new ones. That's the weird thing. It's like new Pokemon cards are being sold for like $500,000.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Stupid. Pokemon, company is just like, whatever. We may go. What can I say? Anyways, so that's it for our listener questions today. Thanks so much for writing in, guys. We're going to round out the show
with Brandon's Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge! All right.
I feel sorry for the audio listeners.
I don't. They can
listen.
have their ear holes just fucked by my fucking voice. You know what I'm saying?
Cramped.
Anyways, alrighty.
Okay. What is it?
Get ready. What band has made more sales off of its Guitar Hero album than any of its actual recorded albums?
Wait, Guitar Hero song or Guitar
Hero album? Yeah, that should narrow it down drastically because there's only a few bands that have had a whole Guitar Hero album.
Probably Green Day.
No.
No.
I'll give you a couple guesses.
Because I know so it was Green Day, did one. Then it was the Beatles. Who else had a whole rock band?
There's only like 3, and I think you've already named 2.
That's what I say. I don't remember another one. Yeah, I don't remember there being a third one. What was it?
It was Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember, because I don't remember Aerosmith ever.
Well, apparently it's their best-selling album, and it's not even a real album.
I thought their best-selling one was the one where it's like, I could lay awake just to hear you breathing.
I don't know. Maybe that song was probably on the Guitar Hero mix.
Wasn't that Aerosmith that did the song?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, from like Armageddon or whatever.
Is that Aerosmith? I think so.
It's Steven Tyler. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was the band. Like, I don't know if he was like, dude, I'm going solo. And like,
just pulled a Chad Kroger.
Yeah, they're like.
All right. Next question. What is the name of the first video game to ever be played in outer space?
Tetris.
No.
Really? If it wasn't Tetris, then it had to be, because I know it was on a Game Boy.
Was it on a Game Boy?
Really? It wasn't on a Game Boy? Wow.
They weren't playing no games until recently in space, I guess.
No, it was. They did play Tetris in space.
Did they?
Yeah, for sure on the Game Boy. I know this for a fact.
When?
Like back in the day, like when it first came out, because one of the astronauts said that was like what he took with him for like his entertainment while he was up in space. Like, and it was like a big deal.
Well, then this might be wrong, but I mean, I just pulled this from a trivia site, so
What'd
I don't
you
know.
get?
They said StarCraft was the first game ever played in space.
That is a lie. That is actually a lie. Let's see. Let's see. First video game played in space. Tetris. Yeah.
Maybe they meant like the first video game set in outer space.
What? Space Invaders.
Yeah, no, because that was set on Earth. They're invading, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe StarCraft was the
I
first.
don't know, man. The way they worded the question is awful. I literally just copied and pasted it, and this is what they had. I'm sorry, I'm giving you bunk.
No. That's why. It's just
here.
like I already. That's why I was like Tetris. I already know the answer to this. But it was like in 1993, Tetris traveled aboard a Soyuz TM-17 rocket to the Mir space station, where it was played by Russian cosmonaut Alexander A. Serebrov. The game was later sold at an auction for $1,220.
Damn, that's way cheaper than Mario 64 sealed.
Yeah, that Mario ain't even been to space, bro.
It's like you got Tetris in space over here for $1,000, a basic ass Mario 64 for $1.5 million. Like,
but yeah, dude, Tetris was a big fucking deal, bro. Like on the Game Boy, apparently, like when it came out, everyone was playing it. Like moms, dads, like you know, like and that's back whenever parents didn't play video games. You know, like they were just like, I'll play it. You know, like I'm not touching that. But then like Tetris came out and like everyone was playing it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. All right,
Anyways.
well, I'm gonna write a nasty letter to those fucking people.
To this website.
Yeah, fuck
Your
those
trivia
guys.
sucks, dog.
Dude, it does. Damn them. Anyways, all right. Well,
But
thanks for listening,
I appreciate
everybody.
the first one though.
I don't know if I can fucking trust the first one. You know, I'm probably just spewing bullshit all those fucking time. You know, fucking A.
Devin's been wrong this whole time. Like, just,
He knew the wrong answer.
Devin's
like,
actually been writing those trivia answers on that website just to get
just posting them. Like,
everything. Anyways, remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on our Facebook group, Twitch, YouTube, every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/Creative for Sanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle Jamel and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,